Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. You guys have been asking for months for me to talk about Shelley DuVall's fairy tale theater. Anytime I cover anything fairy tale related, this comes up in the comments section. And so I thought I'd finally give it a watch, and I totally see why you guys wanted me to talk about this. It is such a unique show, and I've never really seen anything quite like it before. I believe there were 27 episodes of this show, so I'm sure I'll cover more in the future, but today we're looking at the first episode, which is The Tale of the Frog Prince. Requests came in for several different ones, but this one stars Robin Williams as the Frog Prince, and it felt wrong to talk about the show without using the first available opportunity to talk about how great Robin Williams was, you know? So yeah, let's just get into it.
Hello, I'm Shelley DuVall. Welcome to Fairy Tale Theater.
Unless I'm wrong, Shelley DuVall not only hosted this, but was like the producer and pioneer of this whole concept of like children's theater too. So she really deserves the credit for bringing this concept to life. And for that flower crown. She's just an icon is what I'm saying.
Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, in a land far away, there lived in a beautiful castle a good king called Geoffrey.
You very quickly realize like how star-studded this cast actually was. Eric Idle was actually the narrator, and he did some miscellaneous parts throughout. This story starts like many of the classic tellings do. This king and queen, they want a kid. They can't have a kid.
I don't like witchcraft.
So boom, witchcraft.
Well, we might as well try it. I mean, what have we got to lose?
Hey, that's that guy that played Kramer, the racist guy. It's sad that those are the only two things I can remember him by.
So the next day...
That pause is hilarious. It's like Sims when they stop talking to each other, but they're not like walking away right away, but then they do walk away. So they go to this witch. She brews up something that looks sickly green for the queen to drink, which
she was naturally very loath to do.
I would have advised her against, but she drinks it, and it works, and they have a baby.
The queen gave birth to a charming, healthy baby boy.
Cheers. Now, a pivotal part of this story is that the only thing that the witch asked in return for giving them this baby potion, that's a weird thing to say, the only thing she asked for is that she be invited to the christening.
I am the child's godmother. Remember, you must invite me to the christening.
So now is the day of the christening.
Are you out of the bath yet?
Don't panic, Geoffrey.
Don't panic, Geoffrey.
You can use your inside voice.
The people, they've been lining up for 4 days just to watch the food delivered.
God, they've got like a royal Tanacon situation going on, apparently.
Where's Griselda?
Who?
Don't believe this.
But an even bigger problem arises when the king realizes that they did not invite the fairy godmother, which is very rude, all things considered.
She's the child's fairy godmother. She asked specifically.
Those poor ladies in waiting, they're just arguing and pacing back and forth, and they're just trailing behind with all of the queen's skirts.
Well, she probably wouldn't have come anyway. She's totally out of place in society.
So the queen's like, her one request, we forgot about it, she won't mind, right? It looks like she minds a little bit. She's so pissed she comes in doing her best pterodactyl impression.
A promise is a promise.
That's true. You should keep your promise. Did she just nuke the castle? Oh my god.
My child!
Oh yeah, that's right. She turns the baby into a frog, hence the frog print. You get it. You're caught up. Oh, Eric Idle also wrote the teleplay. That's amazing. So years go by. There's this other king and queen. They have this daughter, a princess.
I want to be queen. Why should I marry a prince? I'm already a princess.
Who they can't marry off because she refuses to marry a prince. She wants to marry a king. I think she's forgetting how, like, the royal line of succession works, but anyway.
What is it, you miserable turkey?
Hurtful.
Her Majesty, the Queen, your mother.
Oh, yes. Your Majesty, her queen, the mother.
You can do it. I believe in you, guy.
They were wondering if you had remembered about the tea party.
She's apparently supposed to be at lunch, meeting some prince right now, which she doesn't want to do.
They haven't brought that miserable creep Prince Hal with them, have they? Whatever makes them think that I would want to marry a man whose only pleasure is murdering large, scaly, fire-breathing animals, huh?
You know, she's a miserable person, but I kind of agree with her on this front. Where's Dragon PETA when you need them?
He's quite handsome, my lady.
He has the brains of a shrimp.
He's got a good body.
Will you be quiet?
Did I say children's theater? Oh boy.
Yes, my lady. Pity.
How dare you? I shall have you thrown in the stocks for that.
You can't just throw someone in prison like that. Down with the monarchy.
I meant pity about the gift.
What gift?
They brought you a gift.
So she has to be bribed to go down to lunch. Like a kid whose parents are like, if you go to the supermarket with me, I'll get you a Happy Meal. Or something. The medieval royal version of that, I guess.
Play another piece.
That's all they know, sir.
Tell them to play it again, then.
They only know the one song. They need a mixtape.
Where is Prince Hal at the moment exactly?
The prince that she's supposed to be meeting isn't even there because he's off dragon hunting.
He was called away at the last moment. They got wind of a dragon.
And the king takes this opportunity to talk about how disappointed he is in their firstborn, which...
If only our first son had grown up to be a man.
Your firstborn being a frog is your fault, not the kid's fault, dude.
Well, we don't talk about him. It's a long story, rather painful.
Oh yeah, well, who forgot to invite the fairy godmother to the christening? Huh, Dad?
It's my daughter.
She's very beautiful.
And very late.
Early is on time is late. Don't be rude.
How is Hal, anyway? Still out skewering dragons?
Daughter.
Well, I read in a book recently that dragons are in danger of becoming extinct.
Daughter.
I love this moment of the princess just being like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be just ruthlessly killing innocent animals. And her dad's just like, shut the fuck up. You need a husband. This is the olden days.
He is sorry that he couldn't be here, but he sent this instead.
But anyway, they bring out the gifts that they brought the princess. I don't know what the point is at this point, but you know, it's nice.
It was a gift from Hal's fairy godmother when she came to his christening.
Oh, so they're re-gifting it. I don't think you're supposed to tell somebody when you're re-gifting something. You're supposed to shrink wrap it back into the package with your hairdryer and then wrap it and then pretend like you bought it new. Not that I've ever done that.
Oh, how lovely. Isn't it beautiful?
It's a ball.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I thought she was gonna kiss it for a second. So now the princess has this solid gold ball. She's very fond of it. It's also gigantic. It looks like...
I'd rather have this ball any day than a crummy old dragon mugger.
Did anybody have those like bouncy balls that you would like hold onto the handle and like jump around on as a kid? That was my favorite toy. Mine had Batman on it. It was awesome. Does the kangaroo hop motion that I'm miming for you help jog your memory?
Whatever did happen to that first son of theirs?
Something to do with the christening. It was all hushed up.
Feels kind of impossible to hush up an entire room of people witnessing your child turn into a frog. The princess is chilling out in the garden with her ball.
Like the stream of life itself, it passes swiftly.
And this dude's playing a really depressing song.
Shut up, that's a stupid song. It's depressing.
Okay, first of all, she doesn't have to be so mean about it. Second of all,
beauty like the rose must very soon decay.
This does give off the energy of like that guy that shows up at the party with his acoustic guitar and insists on playing it all night. And you're like, okay, Scott, that's fine. Do you know any Ed Sheeran songs? And he's like, nah, I only write my own songs about the human condition. And you're just like, okay. Not that that's ever happened to me. If your name is Scott and you sing songs at parties about the human condition. I'm sure they're good.
I had Daddy replace the jester just last night.
Where's he gone?
Daddy sold him to the Brillsteins.
I don't like how she's just straight up threatening to sell this guy to somebody else.
And we can get a new musician, too, just like that.
Where from?
Well, the Bobbsey twins are for sale, you know.
Oh, stereo. That'll never catch on.
God.
With a hey, nonny, nonny, no.
But the princess is being all huffy, and she storms off to go be alone.
The afternoon was sweltering hot.
Oh, God. Oh, no. That mask gives me very Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny vibes, doesn't it?
Pardon me. Could you not make so much noise? You're scaring away all the flies.
Who said that?
How does she not see him?
I did.
He's the big-ass frog that's sitting right on top of the thing.
A horrid toad!
Ooh, a nasty princess. And I am not a toad, I am a frog, and fiercely proud of it.
Hell yeah. We should all be a little bit more like this self-love frog.
You're both horrid reptiles.
Oh, I am not a reptile. I am an amphibian.
Yeah, he's an amphibian. Didn't you watch Stanley as a kid?
I am bi-elemental. I can jump both ways, either air or water.
I said go away!
Oh, I was here first.
It can't be said enough how great Robin Williams was in everything that he did.
Frogs shouldn't mix with society.
Oh, one person can hardly be called a society.
We live in a society.
Because there have been many, many famous frogs in history.
Oh, really? Name 12.
I'll give you thousands. The frogs of Egypt.
Oh boy, I'm getting Prince of Egypt flashbacks. The movie scarred me as a child, but it was such a great soundtrack.
They were a plague.
Oh, no. That depends on whose side you were on. To the Egyptians, they were a plague, but to Moses, they were a wonder.
He's got a point.
I'm going to have you thrown into... Oh, no!
So she drops her ball down the well.
And it's all your fault, you horrid, beastly, filthy little frog! Point!
She takes it out on the nice frog.
Don't cry. I can get it for you.
So the frog's like, I mean, I could help you get your ball back.
Well, would you?
Oh, yes, I would if I was in the mood.
If...
Oh, Froggy. Oh, dear Froggy.
Not such a gross frog now, is he? So she offers to pay him with a bunch of materialistic things, and he's like, no.
My diamond ring.
I might as well build a big sign up for every snake in the county saying, snake food!
Us frogs are above all of that petty stuff. I just want to hang out with you.
I like you. A little argumentative, but I like that. If I get your ball, will you be my friend?
Which is actually a pretty wholesome request.
Would you invite me to dinner at the palace? I'd like to sleep with you.
Sleep with you?
That feels a little less wholesome.
You misunderstood me, no? I mean sleep near you, on your pillow.
Oh, well that's a little better, I guess.
I won't do it. I won't share my bed with a clammy amphibian.
She does not jive with this deal, but she figures she can just kind of screw him over and not keep her end of the bargain.
What's he going to do? Storm the castle? You've got yourself a deal.
I got a friend, a brand new friend.
Couldn't we just skip the song?
No, the song goes with it.
Yeah, don't you know how musicals work?
With a princess for a pal, everyone will call me Al.
Why Al?
Yeah, why?
To rhyme, go with it.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry. So he jumps in the well, almost dies, but comes back up with the ball. How much do you think that thing weighs? It's like this big and solid gold. Poor little froggy. The music. And then she runs off and just ditches the frog. Like a mean teenager ditching their younger brother at the mall.
Gordon Bennett, she done me up. Her being royalty, you know it's so...
Poor froggy. Okay, so that night at the palace, everybody's eating dinner and having a grand old time.
What is it, Hendrix?
There's a frog outside, sir.
And then this dude runs in and is like, hey, Mr. King, sir, there's a frog outside.
Yeah, are you expecting a frog?
He's like, did you invite a frog to dinner? And she's like, no.
Oh, a frog! Oh, that! Oh, a frog! Was that tonight?
Oh, that frog. Yeah, I might have done that.
I was out playing today down at the park, you know, down by Lionsgate Well, and all of a sudden there was this fat little frog.
Don't body shame the frog. I like how it's very clear that that tray was not moving when he was standing on it, so they made him kind of sway back and forth to simulate motion.
Look at that staircase. Early perpendicular. Oh, look at... Oh, Mo, this is the history of good taste. I always said if you can't use one color, put them all on the wall.
Even though I pre-watched this episode, I just keep letting all of Robin Williams' clips play out because they're just wonderful.
Oh, look at those little cherubims. Hi, hi.
It definitely seems like they let him improv and they just kept as much as they could, which is a very good decision on their part.
What have we here?
Uh-oh, I wouldn't let the chef get a hold of the frog, friend.
But first, I would like you to make a small detour via my kitchen.
I'm afraid for the well-being of this frog.
You wouldn't be pulling my leg now, would you?
Not yet.
So the princess is trying to get sympathy from her parents, and they're not playing along at all.
And then he wanted to sleep on my pillow.
What were his weird demands?
Well, that's it.
They're like, come on, kid, like, he got your thing back for you.
He wanted to kiss me as well.
That's it?
Would it really kill you to kiss him? Which, I feel like you're permitted to decide who you want to kiss or not, but, you know, moving on. Meanwhile, her problem might be resolving itself, because this scene has very, like, Les Poissons from The Little Mermaid vibes, doesn't it? Sorry to all my French viewers, I can barely pronounce English words right.
Just rub this on you, froggy.
So while he's making this poor frog self-season, the king pulls the princess aside and is like, look, kid, we need to have a talk.
There's a whole court out there dependent on our word. Everybody knows his place from the very top, that's me, down to the bottom, that's Jeff the loony who looks after the donkeys.
And in a very strange monarchical, I don't know if that's a word. In a very strange way, he basically explains to her why it's important to keep your promise and shows, like...
Have you ever made a bed?
No.
Do you know how to bake bread?
Of course not.
Well, these people do. And they do it all for everybody else in the structure. And it's all based on trust.
Simultaneous disrespect, but also a weird amount of gratitude for essential workers in his kingdom, which is honestly more than I can say for any, like, corporation out there right now. So good for him.
You are a human being and a king's daughter, and you will keep your word.
So he makes her keep her promise. Meanwhile, the frog is about to be grilled, I guess? I'm not sure how you would cook a frog. I don't get the appeal of frog legs. Is it anything like fried pickles? We have fried pickles where I'm from. Just made a lot of people mad with that comment.
Le cuisse de grenouille, frog's legs. Freshly killed local frog.
He's like, oh shit, I'm local.
Wait! What? Wait! Me? We! Wait! We! Why?
Where?
He has to come with me. Why? Why? We!
So the frog is spared from having his legs cut off while he's alive, Jesus Christ, and he's brought out to the dinner table where he promptly makes friends with everybody except the princess. She's determined to not like him.
But I am just so happy to be here. Matter of fact, I'm happy to be anywhere.
We get another really good improv bit from Robin Williams. I love his frog dancing. And then the princess tries to sneak off to bed and the king's like,
Better take him up and show him your room now.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's like a pillow pet.
Turn around, you horny toad.
Sorry, I've just never seen a set of stems like that before.
Children's theater.
Don't you see? I'd be the laughingstock of the entire country. The princess who slept with a frog.
Yeah, that does kind of sound like the setup to a bad joke, doesn't it? So he wraps the towel around him as if he hasn't been naked this whole time, and he's like, okay, kiss me and I'll leave.
You just give me the kiss and I'll go.
You know, I've got a jolly good mind to throw you right out this window.
And then she threatens to throw him out a window. They're gonna have a really fun story to tell at parties once they're you know, married in the future, right? It's like, well, how'd you guys meet? Well, he tried to force me to kiss him back when he was a frog, and I tried to throw him out of a window and commit homicide. Frogicide.
Well, there's a moat. I'm a frog. I'll just simply swim out, call the guards, and have you arrested for attempted toadicide, so...
Toadicide. But you just said you weren't a toad. You're not a toad. So they go to bed. He chills out on her pillow.
I mean, dinner tonight, and now a silken pillow. Oh, it's like a dream come true. It really is.
Oh, poor Froggy. But they go to sleep, and then at...
The time is 2 a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m. in the morning. That's just 2 a.m. You don't need the clarification. But at 2 in the morning, a random scorpion almost kills the princess in her sleep, but then the frog saves her life.
Olay!
And now the princess likes him.
Oh dear, I've been so bad to you. Please forgive me.
It only took him risking his life for her twice. Well, technically 3 times, I guess, if you count the homicidal chef. But, you know, we won't count that one. That one doesn't count.
Shall I give you a kiss?
Oh, she's gonna kiss him. Oh, she kissed him. He's a dude.
Thanks. I needed that.
And he's naked.
Maybe you could, just kiss me again to make sure that I don't turn back into a frog.
Oh, you mean just for scientific purposes?
Uh-huh. Solid plan.
Who is that?
Who is it?
It's your father, open up!
Oh, this is gonna be super awkward. So her dad comes in, and like most daughters, she doesn't want to have the explanation of why she has a naked guy in her room conversation with him.
Did you throw him out?
Why, no.
But he thinks that she just straight up threw him out the window and killed him, which she was going to do. But now she's like, I would never.
I'm going to thrash some respect into you, you vain, selfish, spoiled...
Oh God, don't hit your kid.
No! Who said that?
I did.
Well, you're not going to believe...
Oh, no.
Not gonna believe this. I mean, he just had dinner with a talking frog. It's like earlier when the princess said she didn't believe in magic. Like...
Really, I don't believe in magic.
What are talking frogs considered? Just normal in this society?
He is the frog.
Yeah, pull the other one.
Well, that went well.
What's your name?
Prince Robin.
Yeah, Prince Robin.
So now the frog prince, who is not a frog anymore, gets thrown into the dungeon. And the princess gets sent away?
So the prince was thrown into the deepest dungeon, far from the light of day.
This just took a really dark turn.
And the princess was sent off to a very strict boarding school, where she was forced to learn Latin and play hockey.
Oh God, not hockey. Jesus Christ. So everybody's down on their luck. The king apparently has a drinking problem now. And only when everybody's life has damn near just fallen apart for good does the fairy godmother show up and is like, see, here's the thing, and then tells the king what happened.
And she told him the entire story of the frog prince.
I feel like she could have done that before, but better late than never, I guess. And so the prince and princess get married. They have this family portrait done. They all look so pretty.
And so they all lived happily ever after.
And that's the end. This was actually a pretty fun watch. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this show before. I'd like to thank everybody for recommending it and requesting it. I'm sure I will do more in the future, so if you liked this video, let me know so that I'll know to keep making videos about this show. There's also a girl on TikTok. I cannot remember her handle, but I will look it up and I'll link it below. She covers a lot of fairy tale related content on her channel over on TikTok, and she started a series where she's reviewing all of these episodes of Fairy Tale Theater one by one. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. But yeah, it was a really fun watch. Like with everything that I cover on this channel, it's really fun to dive into things that people are nostalgic about and just like kind of see the pros and cons of like what holds up today, what doesn't. And obviously, amazingly talented people worked on this show. I will forever love Robin Williams, and I'm just always overjoyed to get to talk to people about how great he was. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel seriously means the world to me, guys. I can't talk today, but it seriously means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around. I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!